Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out Composition J by Silverware Games. This is a very interesting confluence of two things that I love very much but never ever expected to be able to put together. This is a game that has a lot to do with the works of Mondrian, as you can probably tell if you're an art fan at all. And the game Jezzball, which was the old Windows classic where you used to have to partition off little chunks of the screen to keep the balls separate and try to, reduce as much space as possible so you get the most points and successfully navigate each level. Anyway, this is a very interesting combination of those two things and is available as both an iOS game and then also has a web offering. And I was really interested by this, and following yesterday's episode of Antichamber, I thought this would actually be a really nice transition, because it has a lot of the same color influences in some ways. So without stretching this out too long, let's jump into the game and have a look. So this is my very first time picking it up and trying it out, and we are presented with a pretty empty screen here with a three-dimensional partition here. Left click to build walls, don't let them get hit, continue. Okay. I kind of figured that's what we were supposed to do, but yeah, I just wanted to check to make sure. Right click to build in different directions. We can do this. So that partition has sealed off all that space, and then we're going to try and get all the balls together in the same spot and then build another. Oh, I couldn't tell in space exactly where we were looking there. I did get the top half though. I like how it makes it very obvious what part you're looking at in space, because the perspective thing could be an issue. And the whole thing seems to be shifting to the left, which is kind of cool. Do I want? Yeah, okay. So we trap that one, that turns it red. Oh, okay, here we go. So I held down right click, and now I can turn the whole thing around in crazy different angles. This might end up being a sort of a short episode, just so you know, but regardless, I thought we needed to cover this one for sure. And my stance on covering iOS games still hasn't largely changed. I'm generally not going to do a lot. Oh, okay, so they're moving left, and then they clear when they get to the end. That makes sense. I'm still not going to do a lot of iOS games, but I do want to do one occasionally, as long as there is some sort of a PC offering. Because I just find that to be the best way to approach the situation. As long as there's something for you guys to be able to play on the spot, I'm okay with it. I just don't want to finish an episode out and be like, hey, well, that was cool, but I don't have a phone that is capable of playing this or anything, so I'm completely out of luck. I never want to put you guys in that situation. So, yeah, that is something I carefully consider when I do these types of episodes. Very, very cool aesthetic. I really like this. The nice fluid motion as you turn this around, too, feels really great. And on top of it, the music is quite beautiful playing in the background. I turned it down a bit, but hopefully you can still hear it a little. Oh, it got part of it there. I think I got both that time. Yeah, I did. So we're going to keep at this. Oh, I didn't actually line those two up, apparently. That's alright. And I believe the stopping point is... Okay, actually, that was just a tutorial. So we don't know what the stopping point is. Let's try it. Stopping point is probably when we seal away every single one of these. Wait, is that... We're doing the tutorial again, or is that just the way it is for now? Maybe this is more of just a demo. Ah, I was just starting to get into the music. But actually, I could see this going really well on an iPad. I think the layout of it probably makes really good sense for the screen direction and everything. The simple controls, I'm not doing an iPad review here, but I just have a feeling if you tap that and it just starts up like that, that's really a good idea. There's not going to be too much to really get wrong in terms of controls. It is just what it is. And I like how once the points start getting scored, you start to see a little bit more going on. I would like to see perhaps an advance button, though. If I start doing too good, I'd like to be able to maybe kick these things forward a little bit. I think I just sealed everything out that time. That's quite an effect, actually. Look at that. See, I was kind of hoping that we would have stuff going on in multiple dimensions. Because right now, I mean, we just have these, but I feel like I could be doing more in the foreground and the background, too. Right click. Oh, it's still teaching us things? I thought I learned this already. So we turn... Okay, keep a box on screen to build up combos. Trap balls for score smaller, boxes higher score. Okay. I get what we're doing now. So we want to actually use both orientations here to try and get a ball in the smallest possible space. I mean, really following the Jezzball formula doesn't really leave a lot to the imagination. That is kind of the only way that that would have made sense. Although it is a little strange that we don't know exactly where that's going to end up. Like, when you turn the thing sideways like this, we don't know where the end of this box would be. But I guess that doesn't entirely matter, does it? So then we can turn it up like this, and then start to place even more restrictions to make the boxes smaller and smaller, which is really cool artistically. Alright, I'm really getting the hang of this now. Okay, I get it. And the point that you place it at, where your mouse cursor starts, is where the split happens when you're dealing with the double panes like that. I'm not sure why I lost on that one. That one seemed like it should have probably worked. Whoa. Alright, looks like we had a little lock up there. Not a huge deal. So we'll jump back into another game just for another few moments here. But I think you guys probably get the idea of already what we're looking at. Now that I understand how to use the multiple, orientations, I think it's starting to feel a lot more sensible what we're trying to accomplish here. I do feel a little bit like we get a little trapped, though, when the balls are all oriented to the right side. I mean, maybe I shouldn't let that even happen. But at the same time, it feels like there's so much going on off the side of the screen that's a little frustrating. Maybe I just want to let these things all move in. You also can't really tell when they're going to start hitting into the... whatever you want to call this, the divider. If they're coming off the side of the screen, I should say. There we go. There's a nice combo. And then the music starts kicking in. And I feel like I'm right at home playing this. I should probably have split this up. Oh. Oh, okay, I think we're having a little depth issue here. It didn't get that I wanted to be inside of that blue box. I'm starting to get a little box happy here, and it's messing up a little bit. Oh, wow, I can't believe I got away with that one. I could actually see becoming very good at this over time once you get a lot of practice in. Rotating, rotating, and rotating again, and then eventually you get, a really sweet score out of it. I like the simplicity of it, too, and then when you combine that with the art style, and then the fact that it's a fairly accessible style puzzle game that I've seen before, but never like this, it adds some elegance to something that, in some ways, might have felt a little bit old. Yeah, it probably also helps that I really like Mondrian generally, too, so I'm kind of partial to this art style. And then when it fades away, I feel like the colors... Do they do a little bit of like a pop art thing, too? Anyway, that's my new game. My best game, rather, is 2719. And we got a link to get to the iPad version. I will include all the links in the description, but I think we're going to wrap it up around here. Again, slightly shorter episode. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But I did want to show this one off. Composition J, very cool. Nice new spin on something that I feel like I haven't seen done in a while. And I'm generally just always a fan of that style game. I always, for some reason, cordoning off these little shapes, it always entertained me for a long time. So I could easily see getting this if I had an iPad. Unfortunately, I do not. But for you, those of you out there who do, and for those of you who are out there who just want to try this, again, there's a web version. I will put the links in the description. So we will wrap this episode up. And as always, remember to head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Check out all the videos, old and new. See all the different genres that they're set through. Feel free to redeem them by distribution method, check through them, sort them by developer. All that stuff is available for you to do and more. right at the website. And then facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you'd like to leave a like on that, you'll get every day's new video delivered right into your Facebook feed. Makes it nice and convenient for you. That way you don't have to go looking for them. They'll come right to you. And you'll get apprised of all the new news updates and or contests that I do on the show. Just takes a second, helps me out quite a bit if you do it, but that is your call, of course. And lastly, if you're an indie developer and you'd like to possibly have your game featured on the show like this one, feel free to say hi right over on my Twitter handle, which is @RockLeeSmile. And again, these links are all right in the description if you missed anything. And that way you can get in contact with me, see what's going on, see if I have a free day to possibly do a recording for you. And of course, also free to send me emails via the contact form right on the website. I am also free to take PMs via YouTube, Reddit, or Twitter. So whatever works for you works for me as well. Try to make things as convenient as possible. Just trying to get the info out about awesome new games, and this is one of them. So feel free to give it a look, and hopefully support it with your dollars if you can. So that is going to do it for another episode of Indie Impressions. As always, feel free to come back again tomorrow, because I do a new episode every single day, and I hope to see you back. So have a lovely night, and take care. Talk to you tomorrow.